Yesterday I went to the dentist for the first time in a while. I do not like going to the dentist. I will preface this by saying I have very severe emetophobia. Please look that up if you would like to know what it is. I don't want to go into it. I have severe emetophobia. We went to the dentist. I brought Alfie with me. He sat next to me well, not next to me, but like in the room as I had my appointment. Firstly, the guy was so nice. The dentist was really, really lovely, but he was also a little bit of an over-explainer. I wouldn't say it was mansplaining. I'd say it was, he knows his job. He knows what he's doing. He knows, he just knew his stuff, right? So it doesn't matter if I talked or not. He asked me all the typical questions about dentistry. How often do I brush my teeth? Like, do I drink fizzy drinks? Do I drink this? Do I drink that? And he looked in my mouth, you know, the mouth inspection. Why is it so scary, firstly, when they sit down and they are like calling out random numbers, like your teeth become numbers? I don't know, but there was some scary words in there that I can't remember, but he was saying some scary words and I was panicking. We move on to the x-rays. I don't... X-rays do my head in because they are so scary. I've got like a massive, I don't know if they're the same in every country, but in the UK, you get like a massive wad of like a flat sheet of something that you put in your mouth, like front ways on, and this big thing comes and like takes a picture here and then here, and you get like the x-ray vision from either side. So that was done. I was already like, okay, I hate the dentist. Not this dentist, just in general, I hate going to the dentist. Please do not take this out of context, but I really don't like things being in my mouth. So I had to deal with that, and I was already like really shaky. I was really highly strung. My heart was going the whole time, and the x-ray really, like, if the edge is like 100, I was at like 98. I was barely holding it together. There was no way I was going to get through this appointment, and I could feel myself like welling up like to that stage. Anyway, he goes and he brings all of the x-rays and things onto the screen and brings up my teeth. He brings up, like, he's taken pictures of my teeth. He got a little camera, put it in my mouth, and he was taking pictures all around. And he had that all up on the screen. And then while he's getting all of these into like a fancy collage, the dental assistant, I don't know what the specific term for the dental assistants are, but the dental assistant, who was one of the most loveliest women I've ever known in my life, talked through gum health. So he'd already explained to me gums, apparently gum health is like a scale in the UK. I don't know if it's all over, but they measure it in 0 to 4. So 0 is where you want to be with your gums, and 4 is like bad. It's split into like 6 different sections, like 3 sections at the top, 3 sections at the bottom. I have one problem area and the rest of them are zeros. So amazing stuff, really good news. I had a filling when I was younger, and they were saying to me that the filling is kind of like budged a little bit, and not that it needs anything doing right now, but that's something to think about. So I've crept up to like a 99.5 at this point. So while they're explaining the gum health and the dentist is putting his collage together for me, I'm just sat in the chair like, oh gosh. Also, what a fancy dentist office. I was like lying down flat on my back looking up at the ceiling. For some reason they've decided to put a TV on the ceiling, which I'm not gonna lie, I think it's fantastic. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate you, thank you. They put like a TV on the ceiling. Why don't more places do that? I don't know. I really liked it actually, because when he was poking around in my mouth, I was focused on that. So we're having this conversation, and he comes over, he shows me the x-rays. He's like, this filling needs fixing at some point, but you're all right now. And I was talking to him before about how, you know, I've complained a lot about my jaw and how hard it is and clenching all the time. He's poked around in my jaw, he's made me open and close my mouth, and he goes, yeah, you have TMJ. So TMJ, people, I think it might have been you, Ottawa. Nico, welcome in, said about my TMJ on one side. I have officially got it clicky on this side of my mouth. But the thing that I thought that I wasn't sure about, but I'm glad it's been confirmed, is my canine teeth have been ground down mostly in my sleep, and I'm gonna have to pay for a mouth guard, which I did. Not the cheapest thing, but I'm gonna have to wear a mouth guard throughout the day because I grind my teeth because of stress. So, you know, it's probably brought on by myself. But he carried on going through. At this point, when they decided that they had to, mouthguard was the right thing to do, they gave me like a palette thing, and he's explaining to me, I'm really sorry if you're a sensitive person like I am about this, because this set me off, this made me cry. There's like this big palette thing that you have to put in your mouth and hold it in with all of this gunk. What's it called? Like gummy, it's called, it's something, I think it begins with an A, I don't know, like Ashleigh, you might know, but you basically put this stuff onto the mold, you hold it in your mouth, you bite down, and that's how you get an imprint for your mouth guard, because they fill it up. It like I don't remember, you use it for like making molds, I don't remember. He tries to put this mouth guard in my, I have a small mouth, I don't know if it looks small on camera, I don't know. But he tried to put this mouth guard in, and the way he was moving my mouth, I was like, this is not going in. And he explained it to me, like, okay, so if you have a gag reflex, you probably will gag. And I'm like, this is not good as an emetophobic, that I do not want to hear this. And I said that to him, and I said, look, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want this. If this isn't necessary, I don't want it. I can't sit here. He's like, it's only 2 minutes. You only have to sit with it for 2 minutes. And I'm like, 2 minutes is a long time for someone to try not to gag. Like that, I don't want that. Luckily, I think it's because I advocated for myself here, which I don't do. I don't speak out. He got the smaller mold. So I had the smaller mold. It went fine. I don't think it's called epoxy. So put the guard in, everything's fine. Sit there for 2 minutes. At this point, because of the first attempt to put the mold in, I have tears streaming down my face. It wasn't painful, I was just panicking. The dentist is saying to me, it's fine, it's all right, you're okay, it's fine. I'm like, clearly I'm not fine, like I'm panicking, I have a panic, I'm okay, I know I'm okay, but this is not a good time for me. Whereas the dental assistant is like, she was so lovely. She put her hand on my arm and she was going, it's all right, it's okay, but she was saying it in a way that's like, I understand that you're upset and you're panicking right now, whereas the dentist was saying, I don't understand why you're upset and panicking right now. Do you understand the difference? I don't know, I felt the difference. Now I'm picking up a mouth guard in 2 weeks, and I need to stop grinding my teeth, and that all happened yesterday, and it was a very stressful day for me. But dentist has been done. I tell you, it cost me £70 for the appointment, which I knew it was going to do because I couldn't get an NHS dentist, so that made sense, and I hated that, but it was what it was. He also said I have like one problem area in my mouth that I need to make sure I'm fixing. Alginate, that's the one. Thank you. I have like one problem area in my mouth, and I needed like a fluoride treatment. Does anyone know if this is a scam or not? But they put like toothpastey stuff around my mouth or in my mouth, but it went everywhere. And it tasted like caramel. It was horrible. I like caramel. I didn't like this stuff. That was £25, I think, for that treatment. And the mouth guard was £150. So anyway, please bear with me while I do a sponsorship. That was what it was.